YouTube family. It is your friendly neighborhood Catnip. 114 days until Taco. Today I'm not going to do much of a vlog, nor am I going to do any tutorials or anything. Today is story time. I have a couple of stories for you. Quite interesting, to be honest. Two cosplay related. One not so much. Can't remember the third one. If I remember it, I will let you guys know. Otherwise, there's definitely going to be two. First one happened a couple of days ago. I went to Walmart after work. And this is only partially cosplay related because of an item that I purchased. So, I go into Walmart to go and cancel a layaway because I can't afford to pay for my layaway. And I'm standing in line, and I'm feeling bad because I didn't take in my receipt. So, I'm very thankful for the gentleman who was working layaway that night because he went in, got the stuff that I needed, was able to cancel it. So, I go over to the sporting goods section, grab a 6-pack of EVA foam floor tiles, so that way I can start working on the cyborg cosplay. And I'm on the phone with Sendrax, my amazing, sweet, loving partner. And I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, hey, Walmart's got air mattresses. A twin size is like $8. The other one, the queen size is like $15, $16. Should I get both of them? He's like, yeah, sure, get them. So, while I'm standing there, looking at both of these air mattresses, talking on the phone with him, I go to grab the twin size mattress and put it on top of the EVA foam so I can carry it. Next thing I know, the queen size mattress is falling off the shelf. So, with my hands being full, my phone is literally sandwiched like this. I reach my leg over and catch the falling air mattress. I'm like, I got this. So I take both the queen size and the twin size, put them on top of the EVA foam, still on the phone, and I start scuttling through Walmart like this. I go up to the jewelry counter, and I'm no longer talking on the phone. I just didn't have the hands to put my phone down, so I just kind of slid my phone off my shoulder onto the counter, and the woman's like, alright, what do you want me to do with your phone? I'm like, just throw it on the pile. And I'm like, while I'm here, I have to ask you a question. She answered my question, and I went on my way. While I'm sculling over to get into the checkout line, my wallet falls off my pile. This kind-hearted gentleman, late 20s, early 30s, picks up my wallet, throws it onto my pile, and I'm scuttling through the aisles, just trying to find a cash register where I don't have to stand there for a half hour holding EVA foam and 2 air mattresses. Finally find one, set them on the conveyor belt, and cashier's like, she's got a bag in her hand, she's getting ready to bag these air mattresses for me, and I'm like, no need, just throw them back on top of the EVA foam. She's like, are you certain? I'm like, absolutely. She calls me a trooper, and I'm off on my merry way. I look at the Walmart reader, I'm like, I'd show you my receipt to prove that I did in fact pay for this shit, but I don't have the hands, and my receipt's in my pocket. She's like, I believe you. Happy holidays. I'm like, happy holidays to you too. And I start scuttling through the parking lot, get all the way to my car, and while I'm at my car, I realize I don't have the hands to open my car door, let alone unlock the back door. So I go up to the front door, unlock that and open it up, reach around, unlock the back door, scuttle over to where I can open up the back door, open it up, and shove everything inside. Fine and golden. Drive home. When I get home, I realize I still have to take this shit in on top of all the shit from work. So I get all that ready, and I start scuttling down my walkway, climb my stairs, and I pound on the kitchen window, hoping to get my fiance's attention. I got his attention, he just didn't realize that I'm asking him to open the goddamn door for me. So I go over and open the door myself, and just walk in, scuttle in, drop the stuff on the floor, run to the bathroom, because I've had to pee since I left St. Clairsville. And then I get back and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much how my evening went. He just starts laughing hysterically because the way I scuttled in was how I walked around Walmart. So yeah, there's that. The next story happened last night, and actually, was it last night? Yeah, it was yesterday. This one happened. And it upsets me greatly that this even happened in the first place. So, I saw a trick on Facebook. You shave crayons, put them on a shirt. It gives it this cool, ironed-on, distressed look. Well, I don't know if I used the wrong material, if I didn't do it right. I don't know what happened. But I do know this. It looks like garbage. It looks like absolute fucking shit. I was working on the Robin cosplay. I figured, you know what? I saw this on Facebook so many times. You shave the crayons, you lay it down in the stencil, you put wax paper or parchment paper over top of it, and you iron it. Doesn't seem that hard. I ironed it on, and the first clue that it wasn't going to go well was the simple fact of the crayon wax started to smear. I'm like, alright, that's a problem. I'm like, okay, let's see how this is gonna look. So I peel off the wax paper and I look at it. There is a solid outline of wax. Not colored wax, just greasy looking wax. Just clear wax. And as it starts to dry a little bit more, I realize you can't fucking see shit on it. So I'm looking at this shirt, I'm getting pissed off. So I take what's left of the crayon and start coloring over it to hopefully that's gonna help it. It doesn't. It just looks like it looks like a child decided, hey, I'm gonna take a crayon and color on the shirt. Yeah. I've seen and tried a couple of hacks off of Facebook. And I tried them. Most of them work. That one didn't. I don't know if I screwed it up or what. So, in the comments, let me know what I did wrong. So that way I know how to do it next time. And try and see if I can redeem myself on that one. Because otherwise, it looks like garbage. And I'm glad that I went with excess material for the cape. And I'm just going to use that and hope for the best on that. And then the last story that I have for you. This one was quite entertaining and made me feel good about myself. I'm at McDonald's last night. Well, yesterday afternoon. And standing in line. Big thing that I'm going for right now, because one thing that doesn't mess up my stomach from McDonald's anymore is the mushroom Swiss melt. I get it on beef with an artisan roll. It's freaking delicious. I'm standing there in line waiting, and this older woman in front of me getting 2 lattes. Don't even care. She was there before me. I'll just patiently wait in line, because that's what I do. Well, cashier screwed something up, and the woman looks at me and she's like, I'm so sorry. Because for me, it's always something. There's always something that goes wrong. And I just look at her, and in my normal, I'm off of work voice, I'm just like, it's cool. I completely understand. I'm the same way sometimes. And she just looks at me and she's like, your voice is so much older than you look. I'm like, thank you. To be absolutely honest, there's a lot about me that would probably shock the shit out of you. Didn't say it like that, but same gist. And she's just like, you just look so young and you sound so much older and more mature. And I'm like, well, to be honest, I'm just off work today. So, yeah. So, I'm talking to this woman. The cashier standing right beside us. There's an older gentleman in line too. All he wants is a freaking ice cream cone for the kid that he's taking care of right now. I couldn't tell if it was his grandkid, his nephew, whatever. I don't know. Little boy wanted an ice cream cone. So he wanted to get an ice cream cone. Well, while I'm sitting there explaining to them how in customer service of any kind, whether you work retail, as a server, a hostess, anything that has to deal with the public, you have 2 identities. 2 identities. You have your normal, I'm off work, I am me today personality, and then you have your I'm at work personality. Anybody who works in any form of public service understands you have 2 different forms of vocalization. So I'm standing there and I'm explaining to them, look, this is my normal voice, but at the same time, I have my friendly, I'm trying to get tips off of you voice. The very friendly, very innocent sounding voice. And then I went back to the normal voice. So, being a cosplayer, being able to fluctuate your vocal cords like that helps trying to perfect certain characters. I may not be able to properly work on other vocalizations to be able to perfectly match character voices, but I could come close. Like if I'm working on a Lolita style, if I'm doing a very childlike character, I'm going to use my customer service voice because it's so sweet, young, and innocent. But at the same time, if I'm doing a more mature, more out there feminine character, I'm going to use my more normal voice. If I decide that I want to cross-play and go as a male character, I'm going to drop my voice a little bit lower to be able to show I have some form of masculinity. If I'm trying to do a more scary character, I'm going to drop it even lower. And I'm going to make you fear me. But otherwise, there's no real point in, like, the only other explanation for this is either you're a cosplayer or you work in service. And I am both. So I have those fluctuations. Some people go as far as taking actual vocalizations from the voice actors and are capable of creating those characters on a whole new level. I'm still in the early stages of cosplaying. I'm still learning more ins and outs, but I know a lot of the basics. But yeah, standing there, and the cashier and the shift manager are just standing there listening to this conversation about how in customer service you have vocal fluctuations because you're showing two different personalities. And they're just standing there agreeing with me. So they fully understand there are two separate sides. I actually had a conversation with one of my coworkers. She's like, yeah, you have the normal me, which is crazy, fun-loving, and doesn't give a shit. And then you have the more professional, higher-toned, hi, how are you side of things. We understand. You don't have to be a cosplayer. You just have to work in service to understand. And something else you learn while you're working in service, you don't put up with bullshit. So yeah. Those are my 3 stories for the day. Cosplay related and not cosplay related. My fiance is trying to get my attention, so I'm going to go and see what he wants. If there's anything else you folks want to hear from me, if you want to hear any more story times about the shit that's going on in my life that I feel you honestly need to know because it's quite hilarious, or if you want to see me do some kind of tutorial next, just let me know. Like, subscribe, and comment, whatever you feel like. And go and check out my Facebook page. I'll be posting a ton of pictures and all that happy hoopla, giving you a couple of extra updates on there. Otherwise, peace. I am Catnip the cosplayer, and I am out.